afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Stars of VANR. I'm your host, Aaron Phillips. Sitting in with me today is John JPEG Styles, running the cameras, asking questions. Lawrence is on the board with us today. As always, this is the show where we get to highlight our show hosts, shows, employees, and staff behind the Wizard's curtain here at Vegas AllNet Radio. And perhaps next week at this time, Mr. JPEG, we may have a sighting of our third partner possibly back in studio and possibly back on Stars of VANR.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You doofus.
That's the rumor mill, as they say. Mr. Cash is doing quite well. I saw him over the weekend. Of course, I talk to him every day. He looks great. He's walking around. He's coming in this week to do some pre-records for us that we have to do.
Just like a country bumpkin.
That's right, just like a country bumpkin. And hopefully, if he's well enough, next week he may come back in and start putting some time in on a regular basis back here in the studio, which means hopefully, maybe, possibly, he'll be here next Monday on Stars of VAR. When our guest next week, I already looked the schedule up this. I came in prepared.
Cool.
Angela Savage from Good News with Angela Savage is due to be in studio with us on Stars next week, so that should be good.
All right. So put the earmuffs on.
Buckle your seatbelt. But enough about next week, because this week is the important week.
Angela doesn't need a microphone.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. But she's doing very well with her show.
Yes, she is.
As is today's guest. Today's guest is Miss Sheryl Green. She hosts a show here on Tuesdays. From what time is your show on?
It is on at 11 a.m.
There you go. I wanted to make sure.
It's that moment you're locked.
That's
locked to your desk that you have to be listening.
11. Well, you don't have to be locked at your desk now that we have downloadable apps.
And
iTunes is coming out.
And iTunes. We've got shows on iTunes now. We're on the TuneIn mobile app.
Yep.
And, of course, our Vegas AllNet Radio app.
And if you buy a new Chevy, you can listen to us in your new Chevy.
There you go, because of the Wi-Fi connection that's already there.
Yep.
702-483-4444 is the studio line. That number never changes. We hope that you call in, ask our guest some questions, because she is extraordinarily involved in the pet community. And that's why her show is called Something to Chew On, not just the topics, but the bones and everything that has everything to do with it.
Yes.
Right? So welcome, Sheryl, to Stars of VANR.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Good. I'm glad. So we were talking before we went on. You were on one of the local TV shows earlier today to promote something, which we'll get to here in a few minutes.
Yes.
And they just blew you up. You just kind of were all over the place, it sounded like.
You know, I feel like the more I'm on TV, the worse I'm getting. But to be fair, I had about 3 hours of sleep last night.
There you go.
So I think it's pretty impressive.
Were you up with a lot of animals last night? Or?
No, actually, I was pretty much pissing my dog off that I was up. Every time I flipped over, she growled at me. But no, just this event coming up is kind of keeping me up late at night.
So talk about the event. Let's get it out. Think of this as your therapy session.
Oh, you don't want to go there.
Let's process this event. We'll talk about it throughout the hour.
You have an event coming up?
Yeah, really.
I do.
You have something going on
What kind of an
Sunday?
event do you have coming up?
I'm so glad you asked. So Sunday, the 15th, is my favorite event of the year. This is the second year that we're doing it, and it is called Paw It Forward.
Paw It Forward.
Paw It Forward.
Versus Pay It Forward.
Correct.
There you go.
Yes. So this is in honor of a very special service dog named Pele.
Okay.
Kelly McMahon is the executive director of Hearts Alive Village and a very good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And over the past, 8 years, I've gotten to know both her and her amazing service dogs. And Pele was that kind of dog that just walked into a room and brightened everything.
What kind of dog was it?
A golden retriever.
A golden lab?
Yeah.
Retriever, rather, sorry.
Yep, and he cheered up the sick. He helped kids learn how to read. He rehabilitated
Wait,
abused
the
animals.
dog can read?
The dog was able to sit there. And
okay.
yeah, Best Friends actually had a program called I Read to Animals.
Right.
That's
a good program. It's pretty cool.
It is. So he was their flagship dog. I don't know if that's a word.
So the kids would actually read to the animals.
He was the mascot.
Right.
He was.
Basically.
Yeah. He was. And actually my favorite story, they used to give, I don't know if they still do, stuffed animals to the kids to take home. And
that looked like him?
Well, just dogs in general.
Oh, okay.
And, because not every family has a pet at home.
Sure.
So this was for them to practice reading to.
Sure.
And Pele, who I used to call the best the worst, best trained service dog, he decided he wanted a dog of his own. So he grabbed it and ran. And Kelly is in a wheelchair. That's why she has a service dog. So all she could do was just stare and laugh because it was hilarious as I was like bobbing and weaving in between children trying to get this dog back.
I love it.
But anyway, he passed away in April of last year. Cancer, 8 years old, just devastated everyone who knew him. And I wanted to do something to honor him. So I created this Paw It Forward, and I asked Kelly if I could give money to any rescue or any organization, who would it be? And she said Hearts Alive.
Cool.
So
what does the event entail?
So much fun. Tons of puns. We've got
tons of puns.
Tons of puns.
All right.
It's a dog-friendly event, good for the whole family. We've got dog photography, microchipping, face painting for human kids.
I was going to say, it would be interesting to see dogs face painted.
I guess you could.
I guess you could.
Yeah,
it would wear off on the fur, I
Yeah.
would think.
Well, yeah. We do bows and toes.
Okay.
So they get their little nails done. We've got a silent auction.
A silent auction.
Yeah, now the puns are coming.
All right, there you go.
So we have just a huge raffle and a silent auction, and we do barks and crafts.
Barks and crafts.
Yes.
Okay, what's in the silent auction?
Oh my goodness, everything. We've got tickets to Disney.
Okay.
We've got Rock of Ages tickets.
I'll be there.
Absinthe. Yeah, you want to? All right.
That's cool.
All right. Got a Breville juicer. We've got a
So they're
Janie
not just
Burke
prizes
bag.
for the animals, they're actually human prizes.
We have a ton of stuff for the animals.
Okay, good.
But no, this is human friendly as well.
Excellent. Now, where's the event being held?
This is at Smarty Paws Canine Coaching, and it's on 4544 West Russell Road.
4544 West Russell. Is that near like Valley View and Russell area?
It is just east of Decatur.
Just east of Decatur.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where that is. Very cool. So that's this at what time?
11 to 4.
Is there an admission fee or?
It's $5 at the door.
Okay.
Children 12 and under are free, and all furry friends are free.
Okay,
as
so
well.
just the older two-legged animals over 12 have to pay.
Correct.
So it's $5 per person.
It's $5, but once you get in there, pretty much everything's going to be by donation.
Okay.
And we've got food coming from Raising Cane's, from Jamba Juice, from Villa Pizza.
Wow.
So
And all proceeds benefit, again, the name of the organization?
is Hearts Alive Village, Las Vegas.
Is there a website for Hearts Alive?
There is. You can go to havlv.com, or you can also check out pawitforwardlv.com.
There you go. All right.
I love
A
it.
lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
How many people did you have at the event last year?
We had 200 people,
Wow.
and we raised $5,000.
Nice.
Wow.
What's your expectation this year?
As long as there's 201.
It's like what Jerry Lewis always used to say every year at the beginning of the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. All I want is just one more dollar
exactly.
than last year. Then it's been a success. So
Exactly. Last year was such a huge help because the rescue was so new
right.
that $5,000 was able to take us to the next level.
Now, where's is Hearts Alive actually located?
We have an adoption center
Okay.
and a pet supply store at 1750 South Rainbow Boulevard.
And that's your place. That's where you also spend some time right up the road.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it's the same.
What's the cross street there on Rainbow?
It is Rainbow and Oakey, so
Gotcha.
it's just
Right. It's behind the Wiener Schnitzel.
yes.
The Wiener Schnitzel.
Yes, and you do have to say it like that.
Yes,
when you
and
pull
as
into
a
the
Jew,
parking
it's
lot.
very hard to
Yeah.
speak like that. Let me tell you. So anyway,
so
well, that's
you have a
good.
dog rescue place behind the hot dog place.
Hey, it could have been a
Let's
Korean
not
restaurant.
point out the irony.
The irony's not lost on anybody,
Okay.
is it?
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah,
I
we
think
got this place right behind a new weird.
That's right. That's right. Where did the dog go? Look, there's a new menu item over there. Oh, jeez. Anyway, all right.
No, all of our dogs are happy and healthy and safe and do
That's
not
right.
get turned into hot dogs.
No, they do not. No, they do not. No, that's good. No. Listen, I fully respect what you're doing with the animals. I mean, I have two mini short-haired dachshunds at home. They drive me nuts. I can't imagine, dealing with hundreds of animals, on a daily basis. We had Steve and Sue Honorado on the other night, and they do all the cat rescue
They're
stuff for the
amazing.
Poppy
Aren't they cool?
Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Absolutely.
what I really like, something Cash and I talk about, and with John, we on Vegas Unwrapped, the community and what it does to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen anything like what it does for the pet community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then, especially
Yeah.
more so for whatever the reason, the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. Just all of a sudden, it just seems like the support for pets And maybe it's because maybe the pet associations are doing their job in promoting the population of how many pets there are.
Right.
You know, or like when Dalmatian movies come out, everybody goes out and buys a Dalmatian, and then 6 months later, when they realize they can't handle them,
Yeah.
they're looking to do so. You know, so
Yeah.
but it just seems like the last 4 or 5 years in Vegas, the support for the animal foundations that are all out there
Right.
really just seems to be skyrocketing. Why do you think that is?
I think, first of all, the animals are probably the first population to feel it when there's an economic downturn.
Oh, good point. Sure.
Because
it's an extra mouth to feed.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. People, especially, when we had the housing market crash and all of that, people were losing their homes.
Going to apartments that don't accept animals.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a big part of it. But also, there has been a realization that as good a job as the Animal Foundation is doing, and I think they're getting better each day, there's a lot that they can't do. And a lot of amazing rescue groups. I'm so sorry, Captain Waddles.
Is he drinking again?
Apparently. I think a lot of rescue groups are kind of stepping up and getting involved and trying to fill in those missing
Gotcha.
spaces.
So they're trying to fill in the niche areas. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're right. I think the economy in 2008 really accentuated the pet population and the overabundance of animals of families that can't take care of them. I mean, you downsize from a home, excuse me, to an apartment or a condo that do not, or especially if you're renting. The landlords
Absolutely.
don't want to deal with folks that have animals. It's hard to find those that are willing to do that. So great points. Good, absolutely great example.
Something that I've noticed in driving around the city, and a number of the apartment complexes now have large banners out saying large pets accepted.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that the realization that there's a whole market there that they're missing out on, and it's like I would like to see happen here in Las Vegas, like New Mexico and some of the other places where pet stores can only sell rescue shelter animals. And
Absolutely.
anything else, I mean, breeders and stuff like that, they're not allowed to. You think we'll get there eventually?
Oh, I hope so. We have some amazing politicians. Senator Mark Menendo has just been a godsend for the animal community.
Yeah.
So I know there are a lot of groups fighting for these laws and things like that. You know what? It just makes sense. It's unfortunate that people do feel the need to bring more animals into the world when we have got so many that are homeless or losing their lives because they're homeless.
I think, though, nobody wants anybody else's problem. If there's not a good enough history on an animal that's been turned in, you're really taking a gamble as to the personality of the dog. Will they get along? Will they this? Well, I mean, there's people, I think, don't look at the reason of overpopulation in the economy for reasons for animals being turned in.
Right.
I think it's only human nature to say, you know what, something's wrong with this dog. Who did they bite? Who did they attack?
Actually, I think there's something wrong with the owner.
Well, that's besides the point.
And I mean,
If the owner's just turning them in
Right.
for really
Yeah.
no good reason, I agree with that.
And if you've ever been to the shelter, which I'm sure you have, there's some amazing animals there. All my pets are rescues, and when you get them home, I think that they know and they appreciate it. And it's just, I found them on job sites. Somebody was going to take them to the pound or whatever. And I think they know when you've saved them or when, they've saved you.
I've only been involved with the physical rescues a handful of times, and that is absolutely true. I looked over, I rescued a little dog that we named Sparky, and he looked at me in the car, and my heart just melted right out of my chest. Like there was no question in my mind that dog was saying thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to stop right there for our first break, because when we come back on the other side, we're going to get to know Sheryl a little more personally.
Uh-oh.
What makes her tick? Why does she get into animals? What does she do when she's not on the radio? And what the hell's going on with our own animal kingdom right here on the desk? You're listening to Stars of VANR. We'll be back with more right after this. All right, welcome back to Stars of VANR. The boys and gals are back here in town. You're listening to Stars of VANR with the host of Something to Chew On. Miss Sheryl Green joins us here. Our phone number 702. Boy, Captain Waddles is having a tough time.
He's having a rough
What's in that
day.
bottle? Is he nipping in your bottle
He
over
might
there?
be.
Holy cow. 702-483. 4444. We'll get to who Captain Waddles is here in a few minutes, but I really want to just shed a little more light for the listening audience, more about you. Let's, where you're from originally. What did you do before you got into animals? Let's kind of give our audience a little bit of a background history on Sheryl.
Sure. I'm from New York originally. What have I done before animals?
What part?
Pretty much everything. Long Island.
What part?
Wantagh.
Hempstead.
Montauk.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
My wife had cousins out in Medford.
Okay.
How far were you out?
Nassau County.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't too far.
Because it seems like whenever you made the turn on the LIE by the LaGuardia Airport, it just took, or JFK rather, it just took forever.
Well, that's
to get
because
out there.
they've been working on the LIE since like 1970, and it's
That's
still
true.
not fixed.
Still not
So
fixed.
yeah, my
Yikes.
entire life living there,
Right.
there was construction on the LIE. So 2 a.m. there was construction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. So I
Where'd
have
you go to
done
school?
Adelphi for my undergrad,
Okay.
and I went to John Jay Criminal Justice for my graduate degree.
Oh, you have a graduate degree
I
too?
do.
So were you
do.
thinking to be an attorney at some point?
No, I actually wanted to be a profiler in the FBI.
A part of the BAU?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds really, really cool.
I could see you doing that, though. I could see you doing that.
I don't want to work for a government agency. I don't think it would work really well with my personality.
Why? They have good bennies.
They do, but I'm.
And you carry a badge.
Yeah, that would be pretty
And
badass.
maybe a gun.
So yeah, I don't know that anybody wants that.
You could be the
Especially
Pet X Files.
Pet X-Files.
Pet X Files.
Wow.
Interesting.
Or pet behavioral analysis.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Why is your dog scratching his
The
butt?
pet would...
I don't.
Because it itches.
That's right.
Or
Why do dogs do what they do personally? Because they can.
because they can.
That's right.
Exactly. So yeah, I went throughout the schooling and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the last day of the last class, the professor stood up and said, "Now this is all theory, right? This doesn't really exist."
Oh, great. There's a pin to the balloon
many
if there ever
years?
was one.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Wow.
Unfortunately, my student loans do exist.
That's right.
So
You should send a note to the student loans. I said, this is only a theory. I
This
guess in theory I owe you.
theoretically, I'm not going to pay you anymore.
That's right.
But no, I had actually. This is so sad. I had interviewed for the FBI.
Okay.
And I was going for an intelligence analyst position,
Okay.
which hold your jokes till the end.
Hey, listen. It's all good.
I failed the polygraph,
Aha.
so
So you were not truthful to yourself.
I may or may not be a terrorist.
I see. I see.
I failed the same question twice. He actually had me come back 2 days later and try it again.
Wow.
What was the question?
I couldn't have been any plainer. It was like, do you have any terrorist ties?
No.
For some reason, that was spiking the blood pressure or whatever, and I didn't get the job.
Did we check Dr.
So-
Waddles
listen,
before
seriously,
is that ticking? Wow.
But you know what? I think it was.
It was a guy. It was a
meant
message.
to be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. So what'd you do after that?
I've worked in banks. I did telephone tech support. I worked in the mental health field.
Wow, really,
I've
really diversified.
Substitute taught.
Okay.
That's why she got into pets.
Yes.
That's right.
The mental health field and just said,
2 years
That's
will
it.
do that too. Yes, you either leave or become a patient.
When did you move here from New York?
I actually moved to North Carolina in
Oh, okay.
2006.
What part?
What was that
Sorry, I
called?
didn't mean to test you on
Yeah, no, I don't even remember anymore.
maybe
High
she
Point.
is a
that. High Point.
terrorist.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the capital of
Get
New
your
Jersey?
story
I don't
straight.
know,
Who won the
damn it.
World Series
I have
in
to-
2015?
I have to
right.
study more before I come in. High Point is
Okay.
right outside of Greensboro. It's
Oh,
the
sure.
I know it well,
furniture
yeah.
capital of the
Yeah.
world.
Not
My
anymore.
daughter
Yay.
spent
Not
her
since the
IKEA.
yeah,
my daughter spent her 4 years in Winston-Salem.
Okay.
So
Okay. Also
too far.
nicer than High
the
Point.
cigarette capital of the world.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So and then I moved out here in 2008.
Okay.
So
And so what have you been doing here since you got here?
the substitute teaching,
Right.
the mental health.
Oh, so that was all here.
Yes. Yep. That was all here. I did
Okay.
the tech support back there.
So when did animals get into your life as far as supporting them? Now, I know we joked about this on Vegas Unwrapped a little bit, but what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Beagle Lab mix.
Beagle Lab, a blab.
Yes,
a
a blab,
blab is what
yes.
we called it on the
Yeah.
show.
Or legal.
Or
Yeah.
legal, yes. And how old?
She is 10 years old,
10 years old.
approximately.
Okay. So how and why?
Beagle lab. I got to come see this dog.
She's adorable. I'll bring her in one day.
Oh, yeah, do.
You guys
Please
can
do.
just hear
Absolutely.
whining for the background.
Yeah.
We don't even need
Bring her in
music.
tomorrow. That's fine.
So-
Just plenty of newspaper for the floor.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved in now supporting the animal causes?
When I moved out here, I moved out because of a divorce.
Okay.
And
You were married?
I
You're
was.
too young to be married
I was.
already. How long were you married?
1 day short of 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. I'm glad I listened to this show because I learned something.
I actually, yeah, right. So yeah, I moved out here and I realized that I could live in my parents' spare bedroom for the rest of my life.
There you go. No
or
rent.
I could get out there and start getting back into society.
Gotcha.
And volunteering was the way I did it.
Okay.
And I met a lot of amazing friends.
What was the first
in
group you
animal
got
rescue.
involved with?
Actually, I just had him on my show last week from Foreclosed Upon Pets.
Oh, okay. Foopy.
Yep, I did the garage sale for him.
Really?
Yeah, for that group. Probably the first year I was out here.
Okay.
So we raised over $1,000. Also, organization was brand new. It was like height of the crisis, and so that was awesome. And I did a lot of work for Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Gotcha.
And yeah, just kind of bounced around and, lent my services here and there and did adoption events. And I was still living with my parents at the time, so I would call my stepmom and, can I? No. But no. And so she finally told me that the dog that I brought home would have a home, but I would not.
Oh, there you go. That always tends to happen. It's
Yep.
one or the other.
Yeah, so I stick with my little Akasha.
There you go. And how big is your dog?
She is 30 pounds.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, she's
How much of the lab is in her?
she looks like a shrunken lab.
Oh, really?
So,
Really?
yeah, she's
Not a whole lot of
beagle size.
beagle size, but
Yeah.
it looks like wow.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. You have to bring her in.
She's awesome.
You have to bring her in.
She's
It's actually like cash. It's just anyway. I got to warm back up, getting
Ouch.
back on him now.
Now
that he's coming back.
I keep falling into the Vegas Unwrapped mode.
I know
here,
it
so
happens.
I'm trying
I know.
not to.
I know it happens.
Not to do that.
Well, we got to warm up because
Yeah.
Joe Cash is coming back. We got to get ready for him. So, all right. So now, how long are you with your current organization? Now, is that your full-time job working with them?
No, I'm between full-time jobs
Between
right now.
full-time jobs.
I am. I'm actually. I'm announcing it now. I'm working on starting a speaking career.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I want to be a professional speaker.
Okay.
And
Talking about.
philanthropy.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you meant like
So
boom, 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 boom.
No.
yeah, yeah,
the speaker.
absolutely. I'll just go around like
Just adjust
making
yourself into
noise
that,
for
yeah.
music. Yeah.
There's a whole line I could throw out there about subwoofers, but I'll
Yeah.
just leave it alone right now.
Please.
Anyway, so now what is the path you're doing that you're following to do that? I think that's interesting.
I've been in Toastmasters for the past 3.5 years.
Okay.
I just earned my DTM this year, which is
DTM, which is?
Distinguished Toastmaster.
Okay.
So that's the highest level you can get in Toastmasters.
Okay.
And I just joined the NSA, not the security
Yeah,
agency.
okay.
I know I was talking
I was
about
saying, did
being
we
a
cover that about government agencies?
I know, not a terrorist, not a spy. No, the National Speakers Association,
Okay.
and I joined their Speakers Academy.
Okay.
So
So they have courses and stuff for all of that?
They do. I think I'm done in June or July.
You get a certificate or something or diploma?
I believe so. I hope so. Hopefully, I get
little
speaking
blue ribbon?
engagements.
Yeah, really.
They can keep the
Paid speaking
certificate. Yeah,
engagements.
exactly.
And on the
Let's
last-
Thank you.
clarify.
On
Thank
the
you.
last day,
They're gonna
No!
say, this has
This
all
is
been a
just a
terrible
theory.
dream. As you wake up with Patrick Duffy saying, stepping out of the shower or
Oh.
something, right? Jeez. Well, that's good. I mean, I would think, not to pat ourselves on the back, but hosting a radio show is helping those skills as well to communicate and interview guests and people and just kind of be able to get out there.
Absolutely, and it's kind of along the same
Sure,
lines
sure.
of just God, get out and help.
Yeah.
Go do something. Go do anything.
Absolutely.
So
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So, I mean, do you have a passion for it? Obviously, you do.
I do. It's funny. I went from being absolutely petrified of public speaking. Like I would stand up and just pray that I didn't pee myself in front of a group, and it's kind of become an addiction.
Yeah, it's
So,
it's very
it's fun.
true. Once you get used to the platform. Did you ever, like when you were in those nervous modes, ever employ those old tricks of pretending your audience is naked or just talk to one person? Or I guess that first one depended on who was sitting in the front row. I guess.
No, and it's funny you said that. I was just reading the NSA magazine,
Right.
and there's a story in the back where this woman went to her first paid speaking job, and it was at a nudist colony.
Oh no!
And they were told to wear clothing for this,
Okay.
but the 3 guys in the front row didn't.
Oh jeez.
So she said, she's like, I didn't even have to imagine.
And it was right there. It was front and center, so to speak. Wow.
No, I just mostly avoided it.
Yeah.
That was, I had to do a presentation in graduate school.
Okay.
And all I had to do was read. I just had to read from a paper that I had written, and I almost passed out.
Really?
My voice just cut out. Sound stopped coming out. So I grabbed somebody else's water bottle. I don't know that person, but whatever. Hopefully they didn't have anything communicable.
I was going to say, how were the test results?
And and I just downed it, and I avoided it after
Wow.
that. So
Well, the one thing about it, though, is once you start doing it, then you get jazzed
Yeah.
for it.
Yep.
You just realize you overcome the fear. I've always believed that it's easy to speak in a public setting if you're passionate and believe in what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yep.
Any setting I've ever been in, because I've been a past state officer for Kiwanis International, once in New Jersey, once out here, and I've spoken to groups of 5 people to 5,000 people.
Right.
I've never used notes.
yeah.
Because if you're passionate about
Yeah.
what you believe in,
You
it's
know.
so easy to talk about. And I think that's what people forget, is that the passion
Right.
can guide you to a successful engagement of speaking
Mm-hmm.
and not have the nervous Nellies or the fears or whatever, because who knows your topic better than you?
Right.
Why would you be nervous? It's like coming onto a radio show or hosting a show. I talk to people. Why would you be nervous? You're going to talk about what you know best. I'm not
Right.
going to talk about it.
Right.
It's going to guide you.
Yeah.
And so that's good to hear that you overcame that fear.
I did.
And now the irony is
did.
you're actually pursuing it as a
Yeah.
career.
I
wish
love
you a
it.
lot of luck with that. I
Thank
think you'll be
you.
great at it. I
Thank
really
you.
do. So what we're going to do is we're going to step aside for our bottom of the hour break. You're listening to Spotlight of Vegas All-Net Radio Stars. Miss Sheryl Green is in the spotlight in studio. Something to chew on every Tuesdays, 11 a.m. right here on the network. We're going to talk more about the show on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back from that brief pause. Get it? Pause? Pause. I didn't write that. I just, it came to me.
Yeah.
So. Stars of VANR, Sheryl Green, host of Something to Chew On every Tuesdays, 11 a.m. to noon, right here on Vegas All-Net Radio. Let's talk about your show. Let's talk about what it's about, what you share with people. And I know you got a show coming up tomorrow, so let's plug what you got happening tomorrow and who that is.
All right, so, and I feel this is good. We've got the camera now.
Yes, we have the camera. Right,
I don't have it on my show,
Is
but
he shy?
He is very shy. He hasn't said a word.
Especially since he only got one eye.
I know. What?
Hey, he was out drinking. What can I say?
That's right.
He had a rough night apparently.
Yes, he did.
We still need an eye patch though. So this is Captain Waddles.
Wasn't your bow tie doctor supposed to bring
Yes,
something in?
he did. He did.
brought
It's
a
in
bow
my
tie.
car, and I didn't even think of it.
Great.
And when you handed me the penguin, I was like, "Oh no,
Oh,
I
no.
should have."
Well, bring it in tomorrow.
I will.
Even though we don't videotape
No video,
your show.
yeah.
I mean,
So, but he
jeez.
looks very
But
snazzy.
he is on a show Thursday nights.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He makes special
always bring him
appearances
in,
every
yeah.
once in a while.
Wow.
I always bring him in.
Wow, Captain Waddles gets around.
Oh, yeah, he does.
All right.
That's why he's missing an eye.
Yeah.
He saw something he didn't like and said, I better get rid of that vision and pull my eye out.
So yes, he's my co-host. That was actually what drew me to the station.
Yes.
Was you guys had penguins in all of your offices and
From Australia.
There you go.
These are Australian penguins.
They've
That's
got
That's
accents.
the actual size.
Okay,
That's the size that they are in real
Yeah.
life, and they're off the coast of Melbourne.
that's just ridiculous.
Called Penguin Island.
I want a real one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, all you have
obviously
to
they
do is
don't-
go to Australia.
They don't need a cold climate if
Nope.
they're in Australia.
No,
So I have a spare bedroom.
There you go.
Yeah, I had no idea that they were indigenous to Australia.
Right. Okay, if anybody has a penguin that I can rescue, let me
Oh,
know
there you
because
go.
I don't buy
What was that movie
animals.
with Jim Carrey about the penguins? Mr.
Poppers.
Popper's Penguins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could teach them to tap dance,
Yeah.
gold mine.
Like,
So,
was that Madagascar? No, Happy Feet.
Happy
Yeah,
Feet.
Happy Feet.
Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he was.
Only on this show. Can we
I'm
get
not
lost on
admitting
penguins.
that I watched any
No.
of those movies.
I do it all the time.
Madagascar,
so-
I like to move it.
My dad dances to that song every time. It's fantastic.
I love that song.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Robin Williams one of the voices in Happy
Yeah.
Feet? Right. He
Yep.
was like one of the main characters.
He was like the wise old one, I think.
Okay.
I think it's
I
been
miss
a
Robin
while.
Williams. Just
Yeah,
thought
me
I'd
too.
share that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about the
Moving
show.
right along.
Yeah, don't you host the show here on Tuesdays at 11
sort of.
o'clock?
Why don't you tell us about that
Mostly
show?
it's Captain Waddles. So that show is actually, I always feel like I have to tell this story because it really just
okay.
sparked the idea.
We have time.
Do you really? I went to.
We own the station. We can take as much
That's
time
right,
as we want.
exactly.
To hell with all
Exactly.
these people.
I went to a pool party over the summer and I got into a very awkward conversation with a woman who, as soon as I said that I worked in animal rescue, she threw up her hands and said, I couldn't do that. And I tried to get more information and she just kept shutting me down completely. No, I couldn't do that. I would have to take all the animals home. I explained that, I didn't work in a shelter. They
Right.
weren't going to be put to death.
Right.
I worked, in a happy, light,
Happy environment.
beautiful environment. She wasn't having any of it.
Wow.
And I realized that there's some kind of disconnect between people saying, I love animals, yeah, I can help them, and not actually doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So the show kind of came about because of that. I figured let's start out with some pet parenting tips.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about how you can take care of your animal better. And I have to say, I've learned a lot. Dr. Foxwell he's our resident vet. And wow, he's taught me a lot. And I've been a pet parent for 9 years and a sibling for many more. So we start out with the information. I said sibling, that's right.
I caught that.
I'm an only child,
I know
except for the
feeling,
furry
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So, so we start out with the pet parenting tips, and then I feature different rescues, different advocacy groups. Anybody that is working towards, I'll steal a line from Best Friends right now, no more homeless pets.
Right.
And we just kind of give people very positive ways that they can help. I made a promise on my first show. I was never going to Sarah McLachlan it, and we'll make that a verb
you.
now.
Make it a personal plea.
Yes. It's, you know what? I don't think that depressing people
Right.
is the way to go.
That's why I
So-
turn off those commercials on TV.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel for them.
Yep.
I'm a pet owner.
Right.
I've done my part as best as I can.
Right.
But when I see them in the cage and the this and,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, what's on the next channel
Exactly.
commercial I
But
can watch?
I don't think that really helps the animals. To me, it's a way that this company, whatever the hell they are, whoever the hell they are, it's a way for them to raise money.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's so that they can do more advertisement, so that the people that work for the company can get paid.
Okay, so
I'm a big anti-PETA person.
I'm
so.
kind of glad that you brought that up because I've been doing a lot of research on philanthropy and a lot
Yes.
of research on nonprofits.
As well you should if you're going to be
And
talking about it.
Yeah.
Seriously, there's a guy, and I wish I could think of his name right now, that does a TED Talk. He did a TED Talk on how what we think of nonprofits, how we
Right.
think about them, completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I even came into it with that, we're 100% volunteer. No, just because you're not creating products that are killing people
Right.
or, making our children more violent, doesn't mean you shouldn't get paid.
Right.
And you're actually doing good. So I've stopped calling it nonprofit and I've started calling it for purpose.
Yes.
And I think until we all switch that frame of mind.
But the question that I always ask any charity is, what is your administrative cost percentage? In other words, how much of the money you collect goes to admin as opposed to helping the homeless or the
actual
animals
cause.
or whatever? The actual
cost.
How much of what percentage of the money you take in goes to doing what you say you're going to do? And how much of it goes to pay salaries and
I think it is very important, but don't you want to have the best possible people working?
Of course, no, but I'm not saying that. But I'm
Right.
saying that there's also a way to top end it or make it top heavy, so that for 10 cents of every dollar goes to the animals.
Right.
And if I have a choice,
Right.
I will donate to the charity that has the largest percentage of their income going to whatever cause it is. And I'm not saying that there's just because people get paid or they're that it's a bad thing, because yes, people do have to get paid, and you want the best people, but you still have to. There's that balance there that I look for.
I agree. Have you watched this TED Talk?
I've seen part of it, and I know which one you're talking about.
Oh my goodness, you have to watch the whole thing, because he talks about how somebody coming out of an MBA program, they can go work for a nonprofit and they can make $80,000 a year and really be vilified for the fact that they're taking home money and taking money away.
Right.
Or they can go work for a for-profit. They can make $400,000 a year and be touted as a hero because they donate $100,000 or sit on the board.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of changes that kind of have to be made. I understand totally what you're saying.
All I'm talking about is balance.
Right.
And that's what I look for, is the balance.
And my whole thing, and hopefully will be my platform, is getting businesses to kind of adopt more of a philanthropic model.
Yes.
So that they have all of this extra money. Maybe throw a bone to the animals, stuff like that.
Throw a bone. Love it.
All
right, talk about tomorrow's show. Who do you have on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Melissa Trisati. She is a pet sitter. So she goes into your home, takes care of your dog or cat when you're not there. And she's also been one of our huge rescue partners. We have saved countless lives together. She works very closely with the Henderson Animal Shelter. And that's where we get most of our animals. And then we've got Gail. I'm not going to say her last name because I'm going to screw it up, so I'll find out how she says it tomorrow. She founded Seniors to the Rescue.
Okay.
And this group is awesome because she goes into assisted living facilities, memory care facilities, and she brings projects for the seniors to work on. And my favorite project is the boo-boo bags.
The boo-boo bags.
They make first aid kits for these animals. For animals, I should say, and they donate them to animal rescues. And that way, the seniors, they get their brains working, and they feel good about themselves, and the rescues benefit because we get to sell it for like $5, and animals are happy, we get to make some money. And
good. I like it. So that's tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Yes.
to 12 noon. And if on the outside chance you missed the live version, you can catch it on podcast by going to VegasWholeNetRadio.com. Click on the programs tab, scroll down to Tuesday at 11 a.m. You'll see Sheryl there with, you have the picture of you and your dog as your profile of your show page.
Yep, that's
and
Akasha.
Then click on that. You go down to her, it'll take you to her show page, scroll all the way to the bottom for all the archives. So in case you miss it, or I'd love to say you could see it on YouTube, but she doesn't videotape her shows yet. And I was glad to hear you say why you started your show, because of that conversation with that lady. Because contrary to popular belief, I was not pressuring you into doing a show.
Well, no.
Just worked out that way.
No, you didn't.
No,
the penguin was a huge selling point.
Okay, there you go.
So,
all right, we're going to step aside for a last break, because when we come back on the other side, it's question time.
Uh-oh.
The questions that I love asking all of our guests.
The questions?
The true behind-the-scenes
The
questions.
ones that makes people go screaming
Squirm.
from the studio?
Yes.
Can Captain Waddles answer?
If he does, that'll be a trip. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're coming around the clubhouse turn, as I like to say. Yes, it is now time to ask the venerable questions.
Venerable?
I don't know why I said that.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell does that mean?
I have no idea. It just came to mind.
I thought it was weird questions.
Venable. Do you ever watch? Do you ever watch? Are you big on? Well, not big, but on TV. Is it A&E? No. It's a show called The Actor Studio.
Okay.
With a guy, but is it on A&E? Is that the channel?
I don't know. It's on some
Bravo.
There
Thank
you go.
Thank you, Lawrence. And it's it comes out of a college from California, big acting college. And what he does for 60 minutes is he interviews the stars in movie and TV and everything. And I forget who the philosopher is, but he asks 7 questions that are just off the beaten path. Not off the beaten path, but so I've kind of come up with, some of them is his.
Right.
Some of them are mine. We kind of mush it together.
Okay.
And we come up with my
Depending on
questions.
the
Mush
guest.
away.
Depending on the guest. That's true. Well, she's going to get all the questions because she'll she'll be good. All right, here's
Only
the
if you hurry.
well, we got time. I'll watch
All
you.
right.
Got 7 minutes.
I'll answer quickly.
We could squeeze it in. Favorite actor of all time?
Oh my God.
See, I told you.
Human.
Human act, yeah. I'll get to the pet animals in a second.
Oh my goodness.
You know, an actor that if you saw their movie, you have to just,
Yeah.
I got to watch it.
I can't think of anybody. I like Ryan Reynolds just because he's a huge smartass.
Okay, all right.
But I mean,
Okay.
if I missed a movie, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't kill you.
No.
All right, but
No.
Ryan Reynolds comes to mind.
He does.
So who's your
he
favorite
does.
female actress?
God,
Who do you like?
I feel like I haven't watched movies in a while. That's what that's bringing up. Well, I think Kate Beckinsale is just pretty awesome.
Okay, very good.
So,
I agree.
don't
Now,
know.
here's one that'll be right in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
Who's your favorite animal actor or actress of all time?
I'm not even going to be able to answer that.
What?
Bolt. Bolt.
Bolt. I don't
Yeah.
even know who that is.
Oh, okay. That was an animated.
I mean, you got Scooby-Doo out there. You got Dino. You got Lassie.
it doesn't have to be a live one.
Oh, well,
Snoopy.
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 Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
yeah. Now
Snoopy.
there's no question.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've had people who
Okay.
answer the first couple of questions. Their favorite people are dead, so it's okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be live. No, whoever,
Okay.
whatever.
I mean, in that case, do Muppets count as favorite
yeah.
actors?
Absolutely.
Because Kermit he's.
Okay, he's
I like animal.
Yeah,
near and
I
dear.
have
Eat drums. Beat drums.
Great, wonderful.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, favorite all-time pet name.
Wow, I sound really uninteresting today.
I told you these were out of left
They
field.
are. They're weird. Favorite pet name. Well, I had a dog growing up named Woodstock.
Okay.
So
Gee, I wonder why.
it wasn't actually because of Snoopy. It was because she almost got named Pearl Jam. But it was a little bit too time specific.
Gotcha.
So I went with Woodstock. Mind you, I was.
You named the dog?
I did.
Woodstock is not time specific.
It was during Woodstock, but you know, it's throughout the ages.
Cover Captain's ears
I
when you
was-
answer.
I-
That's why you didn't say
Does he
Captain
have
Waddles.
ears?
All right. Favorite all-time vehicle. What kind of car do you like to drive when you make it big on the talking circuit?
God, I don't care. I so don't care about cars.
Okay.
Nobody aspires to have a Prius, but I do want to help the environment.
Okay.
You know
so an
what?
electric car.
Something that's kind of healthy out there. I drive a '99 Corolla
Hey.
right now,
Toyotas have a
and
great resale value and forever.
it's amazing.
All right.
So I really I don't really put much stock in cars.
Growing up as a kid, what was your favorite vacation as a family?
England.
Really? How
Yeah,
old were you?
I was 7 years old.
Okay.
My parents were already divorced at this time, so this was my mom and myself.
Okay.
And she took me to England and surprised me with Michael Jackson tickets for my
Oh,
birthday.
so you saw him in
Ooh.
England.
I saw
Did
him
you go
at
to
Wembley
Buckingham
Stadium.
Palace?
I think we did. Yeah, we did the whole
Did you
rounds.
did you try to make the guard who stands in front totally stoic, like break character?
No, I kicked him in the balls.
Oh,
no, I'm
well,
still
there you
looking.
go.
Sorry.
And I'm worried, and we're worried about asking my last two favorite questions at the end there for crying out loud.
No, I did not torture I was 7. Come on, I was a good little kid.
That was but that's the
So-
perfect age to do it.
But you know what? Just a quick shout out, and not
Yeah,
that
shout
there's
out.
any chance that this person is listening.
You never know.
If they're even still alive. There was a security guard, I was 7, that saw our tickets, and we had general admission, so we were on the floor. And he took one look at me and said, "Oh, hell no." And he put us in the first row of seats.
Oh, wow.
3 people were crushed to death at that
front.
concert.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So every
That was your
time,
guardian angel.
Seriously, every time I tell this story, like if you are out there, like I hope he has had a wonderful life and
Wow.
is absolutely amazing because he saved mine.
Guardian angel. Was that
So-
the best concert you ever saw? What was your best concert you ever saw?
It was that was amazing. I've been to so many shows, but I got on stage at a Korn concert.
Really?
So that was you know what? Let's forget all of that because Naco and Medicine for the People in California this last year blew everybody out of the water.
All right.
So
What was your married name when you got married?
Seuss.
I see why you got divorced.
Yep.
Wasn't a doctor.
That's why she
was
didn't
it?
become a
No.
doctor.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I
We're all
wanted-
ahead on that one.
I wanted to go for a doctorate for that sole reason.
would be
Dr.
so-
Seuss is in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, it would've been
Jeez,
good.
Playing with a mouse.
So-
No. All right. Favorite curse word?
Oh, you asked me that before.
Oh, I'm going to ask
Well,
again.
I said the F word, but you know what I usually say now? Because I'm really trying to calm myself down a little bit. Son of a chicken.
Son of a chicken.
Son of a chicken.
Can that really be classified as
So
curse?
it-
Yeah.
it's an
If you,
expletive.
if you
Of a
say it
chicken.
with feeling.
So, yeah.
Oh, with feeling.
Yeah.
If you mean it.
If you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your least favorite?
Oh, the C word.
The C?
Yeah.
What was the acronym
Yeah.
somebody used?
See you next Tuesday.
See you next, thank you.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't think
Why
any
Tuesday?
woman
Why
out
not
there-
Thursday?
Because then it would end in "unth."
All righty. There you go. Ask
there
a
that
stupid
is.
question. You get a good answer in return. Lawrence, how much time do we have left? 2.5. All right. Last.
I always used to say, she used to be on that show with Lloyd Bridges. Sea Hunt.
Oh. He just showed
Wow.
his age to us.
I went just
I had no idea.
Yeah, right over my head.
All right. Last question.
That was
Yes.
Jeff Bridges' father, by the way.
Thank you.
Any relation to London Bridges?
Yes.
They fell
Okay.
down.
They fell down. All right, here you go. Last question.
Yes.
Standing in front of pearly gates.
Yes.
Person greets you.
Yes.
What do you want them to say to you?
Looks like you had fun.
All right, there you go. All right, see, that's it. You're out of the hot
Yeah.
seat. You know,
Not bad.
you handled the questions better
Not
this
bad.
time than well, I don't know. The first couple got off to a little rocky start.
I was a little tired the first. I'm a little tired now, but
I know after appearing on TV
yes.
and you got a show tomorrow.
Yes, I'm quite the media mogul these days.
Yes, something to chew on every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to noon time right here on VegasAllNetRadio.com. Catch you live, catch the podcast, soon coming to a theater near you. Tomorrow, she's all set with her guests. You've heard who they are. Be ready to get involved in the show tomorrow.
You better listen.
702-483-4444 is the studio line. Call in, ask questions, share your animal tales.
Yes.
Get animal tales.
Got it.
Wah, wah.
Wow. There's more after this.
Thank God this is over.
Thank God this is over in a minute and a half. You can tune in and listen to the show. All right. Next week, Angela Savage.
Yep. Cool.
And then this week on Vegas Unwrapped. I got to give a plug for Vegas Unwrapped.
Please
we,
do.
we nailed a huge guest for this week.
This is awesome. I've been waiting for so long for this
Terry
to happen.
Springs.
She's
She's
amazing.
A
just
well-respected broadcaster here
one
in
of the
Las
most
Vegas.
amazing people I've ever met in
And
my life. I
yeah,
swear
as
to
a matter
God.
of fact, Sheryl was on her show last week
Oh,
with
cool.
Terry. So
Yeah. Isn't she
Terry
cool?
Springs will be
She's
with
awesome.
us
Yeah.
this Thursday, Vegas Unwrapped, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in because it'll be a great interview, and who knows, maybe we'll hear her on the airwaves of Vegas All Net Radio in the near future.
Are you guys coming to Pull It Forward?
Sunday.
Sunday.
the 15th.
I don't-
I'm
Yes.
really going to try to make
Yes.
it.
I
Bring your
don't
pets.
plan that far out, but
Bring
we'll see. I plan on 5 minutes from now. That's about it. Lawrence, thank you for working the board, sir. As always, stay tuned. Who's up next here on the channel?
Some other show.
Some
We
other
got another
show.
show
4
coming
o'clock.
up.
We got another show coming
It's
in.
Captain Waddles. He's got his own show now.
Captain Waddles.
He's breaking off.
He's setting sail
Yep.
for Parts Unknown. Have a great week, everybody, from Stars of VANR.